Paschimottanasana Namaskarasan. So turn around, yeah. Okay. Stand with the feet apart. This is, feet together is the classic pose. But while you're doing these poses, it's more stable to be on both separated. So bring your hands behind you with the fingers facing straight down. And I'm looking at Dawn. I want her to bring her femur bones back. I want you to move the thigh. Okay. That's it. Okay. Now, turn your hands in a little. Turn them in. Okay, and then go up a little. Now, Dawn moves easily. If, at the moment, if your pose looks more like that, then this struggle, there's going to be a battle going on. So if this is your pose at the moment, it's speaking to you about your shoulders. So bring your hands down and fold your arms at the elbows. So this, you will practice this way until there's some movement coming. So thighs back. No, just stand, but move those thighs back. Okay. And you can bring the elbows back a little. Okay, and then shoulders down. And then do the other side. Come back to your heels. Slide the thighs back. Press down. Lift the back ribs as well. Front ribs and back ribs. And release. Okay. Now, then when you're ready, now come again, bring the hands bring the hands together, turn the hands in and up, and slide them up between your shoulder blades. Then move your elbows back, the elbows back like wings, and move your elbows down. Move that skin down. That lifts. So if we look at Dawn from the side, look at your profile. The armpit chest, what we call the armpit chest in the front of the body. We're looking to get that lift that higher than the corresponding place in the back. So that's a circular movement. Anchor your heels. Lift the front armpit chest. And circularly move but without dropping the back ribs. Elbows back. And then let's look at your back again. She's doing well here because we're just going to ask her to bring the base of the fingers together. It's always interesting to observe for yourself which is the aggressive hand. You usually find one is pushing, the other one is more passive. I think this is the active. Yeah. Usually if you're right-handed, that's the one you lead with that. So now bring your hands down and turn around. If you want to take that a little further, it's nice to go a little further with that. Let me get a block. Okay, so now turn around again. And she's just what tends to happen in yoga is we actually get into habits. We do poses in classes or we do them on our own and we do them over and over.
然后我们在这个瑜伽练习当中啊，有时候也会陷入一些习惯，比如说我们会去上一些课程，然后我们会去做各自的练习，重复性的练习。
They start to become automatic.
然后很多东西呢就开始变得很自动化。
Even sometimes if there's a struggle, there's some part of the pose where you turn off your brain. You've done it before, and you keep doing the same pose.
有些体式你还有一些挣扎，但是大脑当中有一部分似乎也是关闭的。反正你之前也做过，然后你就重复在进行。
So let's give Dawn a block.
我们给小霞呢加一块砖。
And she's going to hold that
然后
block.
这样用。
Turn around this way so that we can look at you. Okay, so here it is. I recommend you have a teacher help you into this.
然后当然老师建议呢，这个练习最好旁边有一个老师协助你。
Until you get good at it.
一直到你自己可以比较好。
It's interesting because now looking at Dawn,
然后我们现在看看她的练习。
you can see very clearly how this is active, this is
你
passive.
现在就能够很清晰的看到，这边手是非常活跃的，这边是比较被动的状态。
It shows up more with the block.
拿一块砖的话，这个现象表现得更多一些。
So let's see if we can get her even. She blocks going in this direction.
这个砖也会向一侧偏着，我们看能不能给它们均匀一
So
些。
let's get her back to the center.
把背部呢先放在中间这个位置。
Which it's behind you, so you're not sure what's going on
因为确
often.
实你在你背后做，你自己也不大清楚后边在进行着什么。
Right? How are we doing?
这个怎么样？
Yeah. Okay, so again, come back onto your heels. So she's doing better with that now. She's remembering my instructions.
这个指令她已经记得多一些了。
And move the elbows back and down.
向后向下。
Now, you see what happens. So go forward again
再往前。
and show them in profile.
再转身。
So when she moves the elbows back and down,
她走向后向下的时候。
look what happens to this.
看这个区域发生了什么？
How the armpit chest comes
看这个
up.
胸腔怎么向上了？
And I mentioned this at the beginning of class.
而之前的时候提到这个两乳下方的两个肋骨。
There are two ribs just underneath the breast.
在乳房的下方有两根肋骨。
And oftentimes they get constricted, they get squashed.
然后经常这两根肋骨是处在被挤压的状态当中。
So in all of our yoga practice, whatever we're doing,
所以我们所有的瑜伽练习呢，不管我们做什么，
you're going to remember not to compress those ribs
都要记得这两根肋骨不能挤压。
so that there's oxygen can move.
所以这个区域这个氧气呢才能够运动起来，才能够
And
运
you
行
see
起
that
来。
very clearly in her
所以
pose.
在这个体当中，侧面我们可以看得很清楚。
And then release
好，松开来。
and come down. And turn around, stand in Tadasana. Let's come back to the base. Okay, now there's another part of this sequence
那么这个序列当中呢，还有一部分内容，
which is strengthening.
就是涉及到力量的加强，
Strengthening the arms, in
手
this
臂力量
case.
的加强。
Women are not inherently any strength in our arms. We really have to earn that
那
strength.
么女性呢，这个手臂力量往往不是生来就有的，我们要想获得手臂力量，需要努力去获得。
Women are flexible,
但是女性确实比较灵活柔韧一些，
and their bodies really lend themselves to a woman's body lends itself to yoga because of that
那
flexibility.
么很多就是因为这种柔韧性呢，好像女性呢就容易来进入到瑜伽习练当中来。
But strength is something. Not only do we have to earn it, but once we've earned it, we have to maintain it.
但是这个力量呢，作为女性，我们需要去努力获得，努力获得之后呢，还要去保有它，保持住。
Okay, so Vashisthasana, Dawn. So come down and start from Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing
做
dog,
Adho Mukha Svanasana，
and swing up and back.
向后向上。
Okay. Now bring your I'm going to have we're going to always, in this pose, you have the hand and the foot on the same alignment.
那我们这个体式当中，现在手脚就要对齐前后。
So I'm aligning you with the outer edge of the mat.
然后我们用脚垫子的外侧来做参考。
No reason why you couldn't align yourself with the center of the mat as well.
其实当然用垫子中心线呢来让自己正位也是可以的。
But bring your feet a little wider
然后脚再宽一点。
so that they're in line with your hands.
这样和手对齐的话。
Don't go too wide. Come in a bit. So they're the outer edge of your foot and the outer edge of the hand.
外缘和手的外缘前后对齐。
Yeah. Okay, then roll over onto the outer edge of your right foot.
然后你转到右脚的外侧，侧面侧面。
That's your left foot. Go on your right foot. That's it. And then bring your left foot exactly on top of your right foot.
搭在右脚上。
Yeah. Okay. And then bring your left hand onto your hip.
左手图宽。
Okay. And we're looking to get the left shoulder back
然后我们现在让左肩再向后一些，
and the tailbone forward.
向前。
All right. Now just take a look at Dawn's feet
看她的脚的样子。
and come down.
下来。
Okay. I'm going to show this.
这个老师来
Come on up.
示范一下。
So, if I show you the sole of the foot first,
我们先看一下脚底。
we're looking in this pose to get the soles of the feet spreading like that. So not one like
然
that
后
or
我
one
们
like
想要
that.
获得的是脚底这样的一个展开状态，而不是刚刚老师示范那两个
But
样
the
子。
soles of the feet widening from the inner edge to
所以
the
我们
outer
要的
edge.
是脚底呢从内缘向外缘的一个展宽。
So see if I can get that.
所以看看这个样子能不能在刚才那个体式当中获得。
I'm going to show from the back.
然后从后方来给
I'm
大
going
家
to come right onto the outer edge of the foot.
看，落在脚的外缘之上，
I'm going to put my hand in line.
然后手呢又和脚对齐。
And then I'm spreading the soles of the feet. Now the inner edges of the feet are aligned.
这样脚底的内缘就贴在一起的，
Tailbone in,
尾骨收进去，
head back,
头向后，
pressing down into my hand that's supporting me,
然后让这个手呢向下，
pulling up into that shoulder blade,
然后那个肩胛呢也要收住，
and back to Adho Mukha.
再回到阿罗汉。
So Dawn is going to do it again. She doesn't have my strength
所以刚
yet.
刚我们看到呢，小霞还没有老师刚刚那个力度，
She's too young.
她还太年轻。
Okay, so let's do the other side, Dawn. Come to the outer edge of the left foot.
左脚外侧，
Yeah. And bring your foot in a little so the hand and the foot are in line.
脚往前一些，
Yeah.
这样和对齐。
And bring the right foot on top of the left foot. And she's doing much better with her feet.
这个脚的状态就好很多了，
She learned very quickly.
学得很快。
And then bring your hand onto your hip
上方手扶宽，
and just wait. There's also a balance issue.
在这里面等一会儿，这里面还有一个
Much better, much
这边
better.
好很多，
She learnt very quick.
孩子学习非常迅速。
And now you can see the left arm is a little shaky. That's fine. It just
稍
means
微有点抖，但没有关系，
she's going a little beyond what she's used to, which is great.
是可能超越了她正常的那个时间范围的一点点，这没问题。
Now, can you bring your arm up?
上比
That will give you a little lightness in the
这
pose.
样让体式呢轻盈一些。
Good. And now bring your right hand down
手落下来，
and down dog again.
再回到下腿式，
And now roll over again onto the outer edge of your right foot
右脚外缘，
and find the cutting edge of that right
那个
foot.
外缘就是脚那个很锋利的那个边缘上。
And now the soles of her feet are spreading beautifully.
现在脚底打开的非常好，
And the whole thing is
然后整个体式
aligned.
都正位了。
The little toes
小
moving
脚趾要向回
towards you.
向你的方向去伸展，
Balls of the feet moving away. The mounds of the big toes moving away.
脚趾球骨那位置向远，
And now bring your left arm up.
手臂伸展向上，
And it's a lot more stable.
这边 边就稳定了很多。
She's in a straight line. She's not sinking. She's not lifting.
直的，也没有向下掉的，也没有向上翘的。
She's drawing back into those shoulder
然后
blades.
这个肩胛这块收的也很好。
And then come down.
再来，
Adho Mukha Svanasana.
阿罗穆卡什瓦纳森，
And jump forward.
向前跳，
All right. And come up.
起身。
Okay. Now, another pose in our strengthening
那么在力量
part of the
加强
session.
的一部分还有这么一个体式，
Urdhva Mukha Svanasana.
阿罗穆卡什瓦纳森，
So bring your hands down and jump back.
手向下落，然后往后跳，
And swing forward and up.
然后向前向上进入体式，
And move your shoulders down. Press your shoulders down.
肩要向下，
And pull up from the armpit chest.
肩窝胸腔的你向上，
Lift the inner edges of the thighs.
你的内缘向上提，
Lift the inner edges of the knees.
膝盖的内侧向上，
Make this tall and this go down.
让前方这个区域高一点，后边向下。
And then Chaturanga Dandasana. So dip down.
向下，
And pull the shoulders away from the floor.
肩要远离地面。
Ah.
好，
And then Adho Mukha
阿罗
Svanasana
穆卡什瓦纳森。
and swing back. So next time when she more and more practice, she'll come back without dropping her knees to the floor.
那么如果即便在家这一点，刚刚那一下，你膝盖是不需要落地的。
And then jump forward. And Uttanasana. And then bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, come up. Now there's one more variation.
还有一个变体呢，
Urdhva Mukha Svanasana,
阿罗穆卡什瓦纳森还可以拿椅子来做。
because that is not always accessible. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, this is a way of introducing some space so that you can hold the
刚刚那
pose.
个体式，经典体式呢，其实很多人都不大有力。那么加上椅子之后呢，让这个区域空间的获得更容易一些。
And you can also, for stability, you can put this against a wall.
那当然，为了稳定的话，这个椅背儿呢也可以靠墙来。
So hold on to the chair, come forward. No, stand up. And you're going to hold the sides of the chair and then swing forward and up. Step your leg. It's upward dog with the hip on the chair. Hips. No, upward dog.
上犬式，
It's just
宽那个位置。
that's it. And keep your there. So, and although she was doing her pose was great, the one she did on the floor.
他体式刚在地面上做的也不错。
But this is a way of when you support the pose, you can hold it for longer,
但是这个体式有这样的支撑的话，你的体式可以坚持长一些。
which means you can think about what you're doing.
也就是说，你可以用这个时间来思索一下你在做什么。
Because Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, Chaturanga Dandasana,
因为这三个体式呢，阿罗穆卡什瓦纳森、阿罗穆卡什瓦纳森，还有Chaturanga Dandasana，
very often are done fairly quickly in a flow
它往往都
sequence.
是在一个很快速的流动的过程当中完成。
And that will pranasize the element of water,
然后这样的话呢，就会使得这个水元素在这里边加强。
will teach you fluidity.
然后这个水元素教我们这种流动性。
This, when you hold it,
但是
will
可以这样抓着椅子来进行的话呢，
pranasize the element of earth
它就调动了土元素，
and will strengthen the limbs.
然后我们就能够让四肢在这里边更强健。
In this case, the upper arms.
然后在这个练习当中就是上臂，
So don't take the head so
头
far
要
back.
太向后。
And then drop that down. That's, look at that. Now she lifted. Now she
现在
got,
它提起来了，
because this is
因为这个挤压
how she was doing it.
刚刚是那个样子的。
And now come up from there, walk forward,
好，向前走起来了，
step forward and stand up.
站立起身。
Okay. So let's rest her now.
那我们现在让她休息下来。
We're going to do Setu Bandha with your feet on 2 blocks. We're going to stay on this mat
我们还要在这个垫子当中来做，
for the purpose of this video.
然后就是。
But generally speaking, I take the mats out for this
我
pose.
们因为这个现场直播的缘故，老师就让这个体式还在这个垫子当中做。一 般情况这个体式就不拿垫做的。
Because if you do this with the blocks against the wall,
因为如果我们正常拿这个砖放在墙边来做的时候呢，
you need to be able to slide your bolster around so you can get the right distance from the blocks.
你要能够这个保证抱枕可以在地上滑，这样才能够获得那个合适的距离。
So oftentimes we just get rid of the mat.
所以一般情况我们为了这个滑动呢，就不使用垫子来做这个体式了。
Okay, so let's see. So you're going to curve back and bring your shoulder. Actually, come up, Dawn, because I don't want your head on the floor. Come up. Let's move this down a little bit so you don't get there. Okay.
这样头还在
Okay.
垫上。
All right. And then you're going to. The work of the pose is getting into the pose. Once you're in the pose, you don't work. You just
然
hold
后
it.
这个体式的努力呢，都是在进入体式过程当中。当你进入之后呢，实际上是蛮静态的一个状态。
But Dawn is skillfully wrapping her trunk around the edge of the
还是这个技巧
bolster.
它是用这个背部呢缠绕着这个抱枕的一端，
So her shoulders just touching the
然后
floor.
肩呢就刚刚好落在地面上，
And then she'll bring her feet up onto the
脚
blocks.
放在砖上。
This is a resting Setu
这
Bandha.
是一个休息性质的 Setu-bandha Savasana。
And a nice way, oh, she's a little bit rolling to the left. Come over a little bit to the, might have been the way I put the bolster, but yeah, be on the center of that.
要在正中间。
And then let the arms rest, that's
把
it.
手臂这样休息下来。
So now her shoulders, once you get those shoulders pinned
那
down,
么当这两肩呢真的沉下去之后，
her throat can relax
她的喉咙就可以放松下来。
and the brain has no choice. It has to get quiet.
然后大脑就没有别的选择，它只能安静下来。
The closeness of the chin and the chest,
下巴和胸腔的这种贴合这个角度，
it's a bandha, it's Jalandhara bandha,
它叫做 Jalandhara bandha。
will ensure that there's no more mental
然后
chattering.
这个 bandha 呢，就保证你的精神层面呢，
We get the architectural shape right in these poses.
那么这些体式、这些结构一旦能够做得正确，
They profoundly affect brain chemistry.
它们就能够深入的影响大脑当中的化学的。
And you can see her face looks peaceful.
我们也能看到她的面部现在很安静、很平静，
And she can just take a pause here so that
她
there's
就可以在这里休息一会儿。
there's time for her to rest after that sequence.
刚刚那个一系列的练习之后呢，也该休息一下。
And resting it's more profound. Rest. I don't know whether I like that word resting
那
exactly.
么休息这个词呢，老师都不大确定是否特别喜欢这个词。
It's not what a yoga practitioner doesn't exactly use that word.
其实要是真正习练者的话呢，可能也不用这个词。
But it's a moment for us to go into the quietest place within us.
但它实际上是这么一个时刻，在这个时刻当中呢，让习练者进入到自己内在那个寂静的所在。
And at the end of a session, if you do shavasana or some form of shavasana, then you will not lose the results of your practice. They will remain within you, your
那
practice.
么一堂习练之后呢，
Absorbed is the word I'm looking for.
一堂课习练之后呢，你用 shavasana 或者是其他类型的 shavasana 来结束的时候，就保证这些习练的这个意义、习练的这种影响能够被你自己吸收。
So now, since Dawn's legs are aligned because of the belt is helping her to keep the center of the thigh facing the ceiling,
那么这个带子的作用现在呢是保证它这个大腿的纵向的中线是朝向天花板的，所以腿就是属于正位的状态。
And she's a trained practitioner, so now it's automatic for her when she is in this pose, her feet are exactly in the center.
那么因为她经受过比较正规的这种习练，所以呢，当她进入到体式之后，她的脚呢自然就在这个比较居中的这个位置当中了。
So she doesn't have to work that hard to keep them upright, but she can relax them a little.
然后她就不需要花那么多的功夫让脚保持立起来，她其实可以稍微放松下来一点。
So having aligned them and got into the pose, then she can just coast. It's like coasting, you know,
所以呢
with the feet.
她现在这个脚呢就可以松下来一些。是脚的这种状态，这个位置也
She just let them go.
你放松下来就好。
So that she can remain quiet.
然后放松双脚，这样保持你的安静。
And then she's going to get out of that.
现在要出来了。
She's going to slide back. Don't sit up out of this, but slide back or push that away from you.
把抱枕向外一推。
And cross your legs and rest them on the bolster.
放在抱枕上。
And now let the lower back spread.
现在让下背部展宽。
So you can this is a form of shavasana now.
那么这个呢，其实也可以是一个挺式式的一个过程。
Eyes releasing down into the head.
我们进入到挺式式状态当中。然后眼睛呢向下沉。
Just to help Dawn, at the risk of messing up her makeup, but there we are. Then change the cross of your legs. Relax your fingers. Remember the connection, the hands and the heart. That means when you're resting, don't be wishing you were working. So that means the hands really have to be soft now. Turn the arms outward, externally rotate a little more, those arms, Dawn. Now, with the arms a little away, this is a little better for, because now there's no constriction around the armpits and the side chest.
现在手臂呢和躯干这个距离大了一些之后呢，其实这个区域就是你的侧胸腔和腋窝胸腔这个区域就没有了紧压。
Did we change the cross of the legs? Then inhale, come back to the surface.
吸气回到表面。
And then roll over onto your right side.
转身向右侧。
Bow your head to your heart.
把头低向你的心口。
Just get rid of that for you. Okay. And then come on up, press your left hand down.
手推地。
And bring your head up last.
头低着起身。
Namaste.